Hi everyone, welcome to today's video. Today we're going to go on a walking tour of Jackson Heights, my home neighborhood here in New York City. So Jackson Heights, this is the map, the subway map of New York City. There's Manhattan, Brooklyn's down here, Queens is right around here, and Jackson Heights is kind of in the heart of Queens, which is right there. And we're going to go on a little walk between Jackson Heights, Roosevelt Avenue station, and the Jackson Heights 82nd Street station on the 7 train. So to start off, this is the entire area of Jackson Heights. We're only going to see a small chunk of this right around in this area. So let's zoom in just a little bit, see the area that we're going to be working with. We're going to start a little courtyard right here, and then we're going to walk. There's a couple streets that have some pretty interesting stuff here. And then we're going to walk down 82nd Street, walk down to 82nd Street on Roosevelt Avenue, on the Jackson Heights side of Roosevelt Avenue. Walk down to 37th Avenue, and then walk back, and we'll loop around to that courtyard area. So I hope you guys enjoy the video and the walking tour, and sit back, relax, and enjoy. Thank you.
Alright, so here we are. This little area is called Diversity Square, I believe, and it's a nice little sitting area, definitely communal. It's really a fun place to be, and people watch. Little tables and chairs set up. They have some protests here sometimes, and little community parties and stuff. I think it's great. Across the street is Wendy's. That's actually technically Woodside, so that's not Jackson Heights. And we've got some sort of an emergency vehicle coming up on us. Typical New York City. We're going to hang it right here. And that was an area that is typically called Little India or Little Bangladesh, Little Pakistan. A lot of that style restaurants and immigrants that also live there. Jackson Heights is one of the most diverse neighborhoods on the planet. There are actually languages that are spoken here that have even gone extinct at their mother place, which is, I think, pretty cool, but pretty upsetting that they've gone extinct as well. That guy that just walked by me, he used to be my former parking attendant where I parked my car. It's a little difficult to see, but there's actually a supermarket up here on the left. See that yellow awning? I think I get a good shot of it here in just a little bit. But their food prices, my goodness, they're so unbelievably cheap there. They bring stuff in by the pallet, and just one time they had literally a pallet full of Thai peppers, and they were selling them for like 99 cents a pound, which is just, for New York City, just unheard of. This is 37th Avenue. We're going to hang them right here. Now they got these police barricades up here. I'm not sure why. I don't know if there's a parade or what. Excuse me. These are some cool little shops up here on the right. Some of them sell jewelry and stuff. Some of them sell religious emblems for the various religions that are dominant here in Jackson Heights. These food carts. I love food carts. I think that we need more of them. I think that it really adds character. But at the same time, they're always running their generators. For what? You can cook with propane and anything else that you'd need a generator for. Maybe some lights. I just think it's unnecessary. sometimes you'll run across areas that just have tons of food carts and every single one of them has a generator going. It can be kind of annoying. So this is the Patel brothers. Of course, it's blocked by a big white truck, but that's a pretty dominant. That's one of the other dominant Indian food bazaars. They have some cool stuff in there, and definitely reasonably priced. Jackson Heights only has 17% white population. 2% are African American. And 22%, actually beating out the Caucasian percentage, is Asian. Of course, Asian also loops into Indian and Bangladesh and Pakistani, but I think that's kind of cool. Apparently, 2 or more races account for 56% of the population. There's a huge Latino and Hispanic presence here in Jackson Heights. We're back to that diversity square. Up ahead, this is the Jackson Heights Roosevelt Avenue subway station. That's the elevated 7 platform that also connects to the E train, the F train, the R train, and the M train, which are underground from basically where we're walking right now. And there's also a bus station right there. That's technically Elmhurst. On the other side of the street, that's actually Elmhurst, not Jackson Heights. But if you take the bus in from LaGuardia and go to get the closest subway station, this is it. The neighborhood of Jackson Heights and Elmhurst on the right to the right of us actually hacks the system a little bit and considers crime that happens on this street attached to the opposite party. That way both parties are actually able to claim lower crime statistics than what actually happened. But at the same time, I've lived here for quite a while now. I've never noticed any crime that isn't typically present in other locations of New York City. I've always felt very safe here in Jackson Heights. We're walking on Roosevelt Avenue right now. This is definitely the main stretch. The 7 train goes over Roosevelt Avenue. And apparently back in the 70s, this was a pretty crime-ridden place. If you were looking to score drugs, apparently this was the place you went. I think they've cleaned that up a little bit. Supposedly there's some gang activity that happens out here, organized gang activity. I've never noticed anything out of the norm. I usually keep my nose out of that kind of a situation. It's definitely loud when that train goes overhead. You pause any conversation you have with your friends, whoever you're with. They just put up this fence on the right for construction purposes. I bet these stores on the left are not very happy. Definitely blocks any kind of curb appeal that they had. I'm not sure how long these fences are going to stay. Hopefully the sooner they leave, the better. This is Evolution. This is one of the largest nightclubs in New York City, and they typically cater to the LGBT community within the Latino and Hispanic community. They have all these columns on the 7 train surrounded by construction barriers. I feel like those have been up forever. I'm ready for those things to come down. The 7 train has a little bit of kind of a roof on it right now. There's a sheet metal that's not permanent, nor is that usually there. I don't know if they're painting it or what kind of construction they're doing there, but that's not usually there, and it will be coming down. I've seen them put this up before, and they always end up taking it down after they're finished doing whatever they're doing. This is a cool Colombian restaurant to the left of us. They have some good stuff. I'm not actually a fan of Colombian food. I think it's not spicy enough for me. But I've been to that restaurant. It's a really cool place. This place on the left with that oval, that used to be a Burger King. I remember that. I used to go there. Coming up on 82nd Street. This is the 82nd Street subway station on the 7 line. It's elevated, of course, and we'll be hanging a left here. Jackson Heights does technically go all the way to 90th Street, but we're just gonna hang a left here at 82nd Street. And this is almost kind of like a shopping mall area. I don't know if you can't call it that, but they have a lot of mainstream stores. I know that they have an Old Navy. Payless Shoes used to be here. I think they're moving out. And kind of an interesting place. I've definitely done some shopping here before.
Wait, Fred.
So building up here on the right kind of looks like it has almost German architecture. That's where our former congressman, Joe Crowley, used to have an office. I'm not sure if our new congresswoman has an office there or not. Yeah, we're coming up on 37th Avenue, and we're going to hang a left here again. Got some wind on this street. Once again, I don't know why they have all these police barricades scattered around. It's normally not like that. They must have a parade coming up of some sort. This is the post office up here on the left. It's definitely nice having a post office within walking distance. Here in New York, you almost always have a post office within walking distance. I will say these guys close up shop early. They don't mess around. Saturdays, they technically close at 3 o'clock, but I assure you 2:45, you're not getting in. Guys sitting on the bench to the left of us. They're watching baseball on their phone or iPad or whatever. It's an interesting place to sit and watch baseball. Get some fresh air, I guess. A lot of times, this is an elementary school, and that school's out for the summer. But if you come here around 3 o'clock during the school year, I assure you there's kids running around everywhere. If you're not careful, you'll step on one. They also sometimes have a little bit of a flea market. Looks like today they have kind of an art market, which I've never actually seen before, but it's kind of cool. The flea market can get a little bit on the annoying side because they take up the majority of the sidewalk, and they're just selling junk. It's just used shoes and stuff that, really stuff that I've never thought anything was interesting. Up here on the left, that's actually either a Jewish temple or a Jewish community center, something along those lines. Friday and Saturday nights, they have parties there. I don't know if they're doing bar mitzvahs or bat mitzvahs, or if they're having a good time. Looks like a fun place though. There's Food Town on the left. It's where I typically do my grocery shopping. There's another place up here on the right that's about the same thing, but I've had some issues with them selling me stuff that was expired. I don't really shop there too much. If you can see, it's up here on the left. There's a little bit of a blue awning. We'll get closer. I don't know if I have a good shot of it or not. Yeah, called Food Dynasty. Wind's driving me nuts.
Do you like it?
We're going to hang a left here. We've actually already been here. We walked down here earlier. This is where that store named Patel Brothers was. Guys, I appreciate you sticking along with me for the ride. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Let me know if you have any questions in the comments. I'd love to hear about your questions or anything like that. If you want me to explore other neighborhoods here in New York City, I do plan on exploring other neighborhoods, but let me know which ones you want me to explore, and I'll definitely put that up there on the list. I really appreciate you guys sticking with me through this walking tour. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And, you guys have a wonderful day. Peace out, guys. Bye-bye.